Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy Domino 7 here. I'd like to welcome y'all to this very special tribute of the Domino 7 show live location in my crib. Tribute to my grandmother, okay? So, I'm going to show y'all a long a video clip. It's going to be a long one, about 30 minutes long, okay? So, I would like for y'all to watch this, okay? This is a video about my grandmother speaking about how she been and stuff like that. You know, well, actually, it's about what she been through with Hurricane Katrina, how many children she got, how many grandchildren she have, and how many great grandchildren she have. Okay, so it's gonna be a wonderful video. Okay, so anyway, I'm doing this so y'all can watch and see. Okay, this is a very special tribute that I would like to present to y'all. Okay, so all y'all gonna do is just watch my grandmother talk. Okay, and tell y'all almost everything. Okay, so I hope y'all gonna enjoy the show. Okay, here it goes.
Angels in heaven have smiled down on me. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. I once believed only a fool would fall in love. Well, if that's true, then I'm that fool I was thinking of. I'm so glad that feeling came over me. Now I'm standing here beside you, where I always want to be. Oh.
My name is Dolores White. I'm a Christian person. My church home is Asia Baptist Church. I would like to say a prayer for this video. A prayer that I really, really love. It's a wonderful prayer. So it's for any denomination. It's for any. O Lord, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Beneath the shadows of thy throne, thy saints have well secured. Sufficient is thy arm alone, and our defense is assured. Most holy and everlasting, thou art God, we come, Heavenly Master, in the most humblest way we know how to come. We come thanking you for the many, many blessings thou hast bestowed upon us, from early existence until this present moment. We thank you, Father, for each and every one under the sound of my weak voice. We ask that you bless, protect, and keep everyone, especially my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. Father, lead them in the way that you want them to go. All of those that don't know you in the pardon of their sins, let them come running and asking, what could I do to be saved? I thank you, Heavenly Master. I thank you for a portion of my health and strength, that I could just be a person that can just go to, I love my church, can go to church and just be just a Christian person. I'm just so happy. I'm real happy. I've been very, very sick, but God has blessed me now, and I'm doing real well. So this is my prayer. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. And Father, please bless the boys and girls that's fighting overseas. Bring them home to their families. Make their families' homes a home of prayer, peace, love, and understanding. And these blessings I ask in Jesus' name. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Thank you.
So whenever you're ready.
Just a few, that comes off. Just a few weeks ago, the office called me and said, Miss White, what are you doing? I said, I'm sitting down. He said, well, it's somebody real special is coming to see you. I said, who is that coming to see me? He said, I'm not going to tell you who, but it's somebody real special. And the security, what,
Security people.
the security,
Secret Service.
the Secret Service have screened you and everything. They screened you, and you're ready for your special guest to come. Say, and well, they're supposed to come on their way back from vacation. They're gonna stop and they're gonna come. So it was so good. So I said, well, I called him back. His name Jason. I called him back. I said, Jason, who is coming? Because I want to know how to dress. He said, the only thing you have to do is put the clothes you had on the other day when you came and talk on a video. I said, all right, talk about the storm and everything on the video. I said, well, all right. So he came, got me and everything, and I talked on the video. But then President Obama was on his way, their way here. And the radical or whatever they call them, they got wind of it. And they all surround my house. They all got in the driveway and surround the house. And so when they got ready to come this way, they had the street so blocked off with the people in there. The police couldn't make a move or nothing. So they just went straight on San Bernardino. They didn't come this way. The car was pointed this way. Someone told me, I wasn't outside. And then they seen all of those people outside around the house. So they just went around. But I was so grateful that he was gonna come and talk with me, he and his wife. So they went to a girl in the next driveway from me. Was nobody there because nobody knew that they was coming but me. I had to tell all my people and everything, so it got out that he was coming, so that's what happened. And he went by the girl, he and his wife, and talked to her. Her name Baby. She in the next driveway. So I was so grateful that he was gonna come over here. They were looking at the apartments. They built these apartments from the project. This whole vicinity, this whole, all around here was a project. And they built these houses. And I'm so grateful. And I just wanted him to come and see my little comfortable apartment. I'm so comfortable in here. We have security guards and everything. I can sleep all night long. I used to couldn't sleep at night on account of the shooting and everything, but they don't have none of that around here. So he was gonna come and see our apartment and everything, but he didn't come, and I was so upset. Well, I just didn't know what to say. And but another time when he's down here, he might come. Because I had made my 75th 95th birthday, just before he was gonna come. And that was gonna be the best birthday present. I just can't explain it. That was gonna be so wonderful. Oh my God. You see, because we went through so much with Katrina. You see, the people was leaving and when the storm came, but I would not leave because they didn't have enough room for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. So we all stayed together in my apartment. I had a 2-bedroom project apartment, and we all stayed in there. And it was so horrific. Oh my God, the storm. We was all in. We heard the storm. We was inside. We heard the storm, the bricks coming off the house and everything, and we stayed. But after we stayed and the storm finished, we all got out the house. The children even was quiet. The babies was quiet. Nobody was saying nothing when the storm was going on, because we never heard nothing like that before. And I've been through a few storms in my day here, but never one like this one. And after the storm was finished, we went on the porch and started praying and thanking God for letting us come out of the storm all right. And the water, all at once, the water started rising. When the water started rising, I got to the steps, and we sitting on the porch, we didn't know, and all at once it started just coming up, and I had the children, I said, each one of y'all, the little children, go get a broom and start sweeping it off the porch, the water off the porch. And that's what they was doing, sweeping it. As they sweep it, the more it come. So when it got in the hallway, we went inside, and when it got in the hallway, we said, I told my children, I said, now, because my niece had left her key. She lived on the 3rd floor, I was on the 1st floor. And she left her key for us to go upstairs in her house. She was living on the 3rd floor. And so after she left the key with us, we went on the 3rd floor, but we didn't think that the water would get so high. And as we was going up, the water got so high that it started covering everything in the house. And so we went upstairs, and we was looking, and my church was right across the street from me. And I kept looking at my church to see how far the water was coming, and it was just going up, up, up to the window of the church. And I said, oh my God. And so all at once it started getting late in the evening. All at once the helicopters started passing and the boats started coming. So my children got on the porch on the 3rd floor and started hollering, help, save us, come get us. I said, children, don't make commotion. They said, Grandma, we gotta leave away from here. And so the boat came, and Dinah and her kids, Janice and her kids, and they left. Well, Christina and me and her kids, we stayed because the boys, she have 2 boys, they are, what you call it?
Artistic.
They are artistic, and they didn't want to go on the boat. So I said, well, I can't leave Christina and her boys, so we stayed. And so the water still was rising, and the boat still was picking up people. And so I said, Christina, after a while, if it get any higher, we're gonna have to leave. And so it did get higher, and so we started hollering for the people to come and get us, but they had came about 3 times, and I wouldn't go, so they just took their own good time and they said, we'll be back, and they never came back. So it was a guy, had a fishing boat, and he lived not far from me. And so he came, passed by us with some people in the boat, and I hollered for him. I said, come get me, and I'll pay you whatever. He said, oh, you don't have to pay. He said, when I bring this load, I'll come back and get you. So we talked to the twins, and then they got in, the fella came, and he drove up in the hallway. That's how high the water was. And so we came down the steps, and we got in the boat. And they put us on the I-10. That was the I-10. And that's where we stayed. They didn't pick us up no more until the next day. We had to sleep on the I-10 up there. And the next day, the helicopters started coming, but the people started rushing. It was so many people. They started rushing, so the helicopter left, and they went further over. And so they seen me crippled with my stick. I'm handicapped with my stick. And so they took me by the hand, and I had the boys, they was on the side, took me by the hand and put me on the helicopter, and they flew us, and I couldn't tell you where they flew us. It was like a midship hospital they had set up under the underpad, and it was dry there, and so we stayed there ever so long, and then the buses started coming. When the buses started coming, they put us on a bus, and it was a while. It's about 3 buses left before we could get on one. And we got on the bus, and they brought us to Thibodeau, to a gym in Thibodeau. I don't forgot the name of the college.
Nichols. Nichols State.
Nichols. Well, it was probably Nichols State College, and we stayed. And after we stayed in there a long time, my people, they was in Texas and all over, all of my people. So they said they had been looking for me, you know, they didn't know if I was dead or drowned or what. And so all at once I heard over the microphone, we were so tired in that place. And all at once I heard, Dolores White, Christina White, Dolores White. And I said, Christina, they calling us. And we went where the telephone was, and that was my sister. She was calling, and she said, we finally found you on the internet. We found you, said, and somebody is coming right now to pick you up. And so my cousin, her and her brother came, Carolee, and Nawa Jerome. They came and they picked me up, and they brought me to their home in Vacherie. I didn't even know where I was. All this time I was in that place, and Vacherie wasn't too far from Thibodeau, and I didn't even know. And so they brought me to Vacherie, and we stayed there a while. Then my grandson came the next day. He came and picked me up in the van, because everybody was out of town except my cousin. They had a trailer in Vacherie, and so we stayed in the trailer that night. And then he went, my grandson went pick up my daughter Stacy and her child, and brought them by Carolee house. And so then they took me to Baton Rouge to get my check. So they cut me a check for that monthly check. And then my grandson took me to Texas. to, that was Dallas, Texas. And we rode from 3 o'clock in the evening until about 6 o'clock the next morning. We got to Texas. And when we got to Texas, my grandson he got us a apartment and everything there. And what's the name of this place we was in?
Eastville Village.
Eastville Village. Got each one of us a apartment. And then we stayed in the apartment a while.
2 months.
About 2 months. It was longer than 2 months.
Y'all left like, it was close to December, remember?
Well, it was 2 months. And then my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was in
Lafayette.
Lafayette in the Superdome in Lafayette, whatever they call it.
Oh, Houston. If she was in Houston, then she went to Lafayette.
Yeah, she was in Houston, then she went to Lafayette. So in Lafayette, she kept calling us in Texas and telling us that she's working on a way for us to come. We'll be closer home. They was gonna give her a trailer in New Iberia. Well, I had never heard of New Iberia, but I knew it was closer to New Orleans where we're from. So they said that it was a family. It was Janice and her kids, Miranda, Monica, that's my grandchildren. Janice is my daughter. Miranda, Monica, and all of their children. Stacy, Christina, that's my 2 daughters, and their children. We all was there in Texas. And they said it was going to send a bus to get us. FEMA was going to send a bus to get us to bring us to New Iberia. But they did not send a bus. So I took 2 suitcases and I had my grandson to bring me to the bus station and put me on a bus. And when he put me on a bus, I told him that I wanted to go to Lafayette. That's close to New Iberia. And so when we had to make a stop after we got on the bus, and we rode all that day till that evening, and then they changed buses with us. And I was just so scared that we wasn't gonna make it to New Iberia, but we did. We made it that night about 10 o'clock, I guess, that night. And my niece was there to pick us up. So we all went and we all got in. My daughter Dinah had got a trailer already. And we all got in her trailer. Oh, the trailer was packed. And the next day, we went to the place and we asked the people to please give us a place to live. We don't have nowhere. We all in the trailer with my daughter. So the next day, the children came running, Grandma, come on, Grandma. They're giving us a trailer, come on, Grandma. And they gave me the first trailer. Oh, I was so grateful, I didn't know what to do. Beautiful trailer with everything in there, everything. And the people were so nice to us. They brought us food, Thanksgiving baskets, turkey, everything. In the trailer, they had everything in that you to use. They even gave you bed clothes and to put on the beds that they had there for us. And we stayed there in New Iberia. Well, I'd say about 2 years we stayed there. Now we're back home in New Orleans now, and I have a beautiful home. When I first got back, my mama, she got sick. She grieved herself so much, and she got sick, and she died. And because I kept telling her, I said, we're going to be together in a while. But she just couldn't wait. And she died, and we moved back, and Reverend Zebedee Bridges, our pastor of our church, Asia Baptist Church, he told us, he said, we will always have a house for you and your mama to come to. And we all came down, and Reverend Bridges gave us this house to live in. And we stayed in here till they built these apartments. And oh, I'm so grateful to be in these apartments. I don't know what to do. But everything is fine now. I've been very, very sick, but I'm doing quite well right now. But I've made a birthday in here, and my sisters gave me a party, and they just take care of me like I don't know what. I'm the oldest now. My other siblings, my other sisters and brothers, they're dead. But I'm the oldest. They have about 6 more of us. My mama had 9 girls and 3 boys. 2 babies died when they were smaller. So she had 14 children. And we all living here in New Orleans, Louisiana. And we're grateful.
All right, ready when you are.
Hi, this is Dolores again. Like I said, I'm 75 years old. I'm born August 18, 1935. I have 6 kids. I had 6 kids, 19 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. And I go to Asia Baptist Church. I've been in that church since I was a child. Over 70 years, I guess. I've been in Asia Baptist Church. Reverend Bridges, Zebedee Bridges was our pastor. And after Reverend Bridges retired, he was a good pastor. And I grew up under him in the church. And Reverend Thibodeau, he took it over. He's younger. And he took it over, and he's very, very nice. His wife is so nice to me. I call his wife my sister. Her name Yolanda. And I call her my sister. She's a little youngster. She get around. She's so beautiful. She get around real good. She had 2 girls. Reverend Thibodeau had 2 girls. And my pastor, he went and he had a picture taken with President Obama right here. President Obama was down here, and he had a picture taken with him. And I love my pastor, and I love President Obama so very, very much. That is one president that I really, really love. He do so much for you. But the people just won't leave him alone. They just, I don't understand them. I don't understand them.
They're haters.
Huh?
They're haters.
Well, I don't use that word too much, but I don't like the way they treat him. I really don't. But he's such a strong fella, and he's such a smart fella. I love him very, very much. And I always say at the end of my prayer, God bless President Obama and his family. I always keep him in my prayer. And my sisters, well, I'm kind of under the weather right now, but my sisters take care of me so well. I have a niece, her name Valerie. She takes care of me every day she comes. She do everything for me. When she was working, when she get off of work, she brings me to my hospital appointments, and she do everything for me. She get all my bills, to get whatever I have to pay, my bills, she get them together and everything. And I have my sister Gloria, she sits up with me in the evening. She says she come to mind me. I laugh at her. But she's nice, she's so very nice to me. And then my sister Sandra, she's the one, she come and clean up the house, she say. But I don't have no traffic in here too much, so it's nothing too much, but she comes and she clean up, freshen up and everything. They are so good to me that I just can't say. And my sister Cynthia, she buys me everything, anything I think I want, she'll get it for me if she can. She bought me this living room set I have in here after the storm and everything. And I love my sisters very, very much.
Jeanette.
And my sister Jeanette, well, she comes, she's kind of crippled like me, she and her husband. And she comes, I go to church about 7 o'clock in the morning. They pick me up and bring me to church. I don't live too far from church. That's the good part about it. God put me right by my church where I could look. If I don't have nobody to come when I get dressed, I just get on my breezeway and holler at one of the members, come get me. Because the doctor don't want me to walk by myself. And they'll come and get me. So Jeanette, she comes every morning when we're at church. We have prayer service before church starts. And she be there every morning to see that I'm well, taken care of, to see if I've dressed myself real well and everything. And she's so nice to me. That's my sisters. And I love them dearly. And my children. Oh, my children, they are such wonderful children. I just can't say my grandchildren. And my nephew Alton, who's taping this segment.
I'm your first grandchild.
That's my first grandchild. My oldest grandchild. And I love him dearly. He's the one pick us up when the storm came and brought us all the way to Texas and everything. He was in Texas and he came back down here to get us and everything. And I love him dearly, and he's down here now, and I'm so grateful. So I think that's it now.
Angels in heaven have smiled down on me. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. I once believed only a fool would fall in love. Well, if that's true, then I'm that fool I was thinking of. I'm so glad that feeling came over me. Now I'm standing here beside you, where I always want to be. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. I have never experienced a miracle at all in any way, but I'm witnessing a miracle right in here today. See, I'm getting an angel that makes me feel like a king. Lord knows, Lord, you've given me everything. Oh, I feel so blessed today. No one but God could have sent you this way. No one but God.
Amen.
And there you have it. Okay. So anyway, that was the best video I've ever seen in my life. That's the second time I done watched that DVD. Okay. That was from a DVD that my cousin Elton filmed and put on there. Okay. So anyway, my grandmother was kind of right when we stood in Dallas for almost 2 months, you know. So we had stood in Dallas, Texas from September to October. Okay, she was right. That was 2 months, but it wasn't in November that we left. Okay, we also stood in New Iberia. Well, I stood in New Iberia for 7 years, okay? But she stood in New Iberia for like 7 months, I do believe. I think from October was November, December, January, February, March. Well, anyway, she stood in New Iberia until summer, until the next summertime, I should say. Okay, so anyway, she when she talk about the autistic boys, I'm one of them. Okay, so I'm pretty much disabled, autistic. Okay, I'm part autistic. You understand? So anyway, when she talk about her daughter Christina, that's my mom. She made some appearances on my show. Okay, even my grandmother made some appearances on my show. Okay, so on the serious side, dude, it was nice featuring my grandmother on my show. Okay, she was on my show for the family reunion. She also was on my show when I visited New Orleans for Easter. Okay, and she done a prayer, but that's on my other channel. Okay, so anyway, I hope y'all I'm gonna say I hope y'all enjoyed this special tribute. Okay, and I want to tell y'all she was the best cook of all. She know how to cook ray beans good, fry some chicken good, bake a turkey, cook gumbo. I'm gonna miss her home cooking. My big brother loved her cooking. You understand? You know, he told me that he missed her cooking. Okay, she cooked gumbo so good. She cooked soup so good, stewed chicken, you name it. She cooked it so doggone good. I'm also gonna miss her mustard greens. You understand? She always used to cook mustard greens for me. You know, not just for me, for my mom too. Okay, she even cooked my mom some soup, a big pot of soup for my mom when she was sick and everything. And my mom ate the whole thing, even me. Okay, well, not by herself though. Okay, I mean, I'm sure gonna miss her cooking. You understand? I'm also gonna miss her her sweet potato cake. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss all that. You know, ain't nobody can barely cook like her. You understand? Okay, good gumbo. A good what else she cooked? Ray beans, butter beans, smothered potatoes, and stewed chicken, smothered stewed chicken and stuff like that, and turkey neck. Well, smothered turkey necks, I meant to say. Okay, all that good, delicious food she used to cook. Golly, no wonder why my mama wanted to come back home to New Orleans. You know, my mama says she wanted to be close to her mom. You know, so anyway, we came back and she close. All right. So, I mean, we had the best time. You know. I mean, you know what? Life ain't gonna never be the same without her. You know. No more cooking. No more ray beans. So, all right. So anyway, I'm sure gonna miss her though. Rest in peace, Grandma. Okay. So, I wish you would have had a chance to meet my best friend Tanya. She always used to ask how she was doing. You know, Tanya was a good friend. Always asked for my grandmother. She even spoke to my grandmother on the phone when she called for me about my grandmother, wondering if I was home or whatnot. You know, because I was staying over there, and she called me to check up on me, and she even know my grandmother's name. I don't know how she do it. All right, I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, all I'm doing is thinking of the good times. You know, even one time when we moved out of our house, we had nowhere to go. She took us in, me, my mom, and my twin brother, even my big brother, when we had no place to go. Okay, after my mom's divorce. Okay, I'm sorry to put it out there though. Okay, so anyway, my grandmother did good for everybody. Every time I used to go to the store for her, she always give me money. Okay, as I got older, I told her, keep your money, no charge, okay? That's what I be telling people, no charge. I say, I give her change, you welcome. And she like, come here. I say, oh no, I don't need it. And I took it anyway. It was like she forced it on me or something like that, you know. She was a wonderful Christian woman, okay? President of the Booster Club at our church, okay? Yeah, she was president of the Booster Club at our church, you know. So anyway, Reverend Bridges, he was a wonderful pastor too, and Reverend Thibodeau, one of my favorite pastors, you know. Okay, so anyway, my grandmother, she gonna truly be missed, you know. I want to let y'all know something. When I heard about my grandmother's passing, I almost lost my mind, and I almost took this cell phone and dropped it and broke it, you know, because I was very distraught to hear about my grandmother, you know. I mean, I loved her so much, you know. Always do favors for her, go to the store for her voluntarily and stuff like that, you know. Okay, so that's all Domino 7 got to say, okay. Our lives ain't gonna never be the same though, okay. So she gonna be missed by a lot of people, okay. All right, thank y'all for watching, okay. So Domino 7 reminding y'all, like Bob Barker said, help control the pet population, have y'all pets spayed and neutered. All right, thank y'all for watching this show. Rest in peace, Grandma. I'll see you in heaven someday, okay? Until we meet again, God bless your soul, all right? God bless.